11 with a good Monday nighter between the Baltimore Ravens and the Arizona Cardinals.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They're going to try and throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Really hard to imagine a quarterback like this being available in a trade. What an impact he's going to have.
No doubt about it. And all teams are looking for leadership from that spot, and this guy provides it.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ready. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Trucks over him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Down.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
On the double.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Strike it.
Touchdown! Jamar Chase with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. It's a room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to move back in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready, break.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
10 cycles. Check pitch. Smith red.
Again, it's Taylor. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Cardinals at 3-6 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go now.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Mix it up the middle. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
Come on, set. Green down. Blue, go. Red, cycle. Ready.
On first down, Lance. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Ready.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Ready.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
Ready, ready.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Ready, ready. You, yellow. Strike, strike.
On second and a long way to go. Lance. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Inside handoff to Mixon. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will take the lead at 13-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That third down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
Kxng knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Ready.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Set, punt.
On play action, Lance.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the ready.
Now a play fake. Lance. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
This is intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback And they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense...
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they have regained the lead.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Fields this way up at the 17.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmaker. And say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They run once more with Taylor.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Lance.
And he slings one that's incomplete. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Fight 60. 43 rail.
Now Lance. Open man is Chase, complete.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
Let's go.
They're going for it with the option right. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Slot man moves right. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's on the ground, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6.
Kxng knocks this one through the post.
And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Ready up.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it breaks.
Ready.
Desperation time here. Lance.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. Thank goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On the set.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lance looking to throw it. He will find his man Chase complete.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Smash. Red. White. Ready?
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Lance looks to throw again. Got a man open. It's Chase.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
From midfield, here's Lance. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And Lance now to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 2nd and 10. Lance. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
Here we go.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Here we go. Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That's complete to Slayton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing now is Lance. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Joe Mixon from 8 yards out. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So time here for the onside kick and then the 2-minute warning. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Here's Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. He's got daylight. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So no question here, down by a score late. They're going to try the onside kick.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. It happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get the lead up to 4. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast team, Charles, going west, playing a night game, but somehow they were able to get the job done.
Yeah, when you talk about playing a night game, they're closer to being sleepy because of East Coast time with their bodies when you're kicking off to play the game. So that's a real big accomplishment for them to get that done. The flip side, too, is traveling home. In the old days, you had to wait to get the video for your next game. You had all those. So you were really a day behind. Now the video's on their computers as they get on the plane to head back, so they can get a lot of work done on the plane while they celebrate.
It's going to be a long red eye, but as you said, a celebratory red eye back home.
So for Baltimore, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.